Hello, and welcome to Deadly Dungeon, a community dungeon show presented by Regal Goblins and hosted by me, Nik Bowen. We are here on episode 11. Wow, we are into the double digits now, y'all. We have today our seventh party of Deadly Dungeon, and they will be once again tackling the Spooky Estate, which has been a very strange floor, the sixth floor of our dungeon. It has come in three parts. There has been a path presented, or multiple paths presented, three usually at a time. And in this case, on this floor, four. But every time this group, I think because you all have been through the only group in this floor, every time they've chosen a path that has closed behind them. And when they've reached the end, it's the floor has taken them back to the start. So here we are on what I'll just establish is the final path forward of this floor. How are you all doing today?
Doing good.
Super excited.
Awesome.
Good.
Good. Let's quickly introduce our characters once again. It's been a little while since we've seen our clue party. So let's go ahead and do some very brief introductions. I'll read from top to left, left to right at the top of my screen. We have joining us Colonel Mustard.
Hello, everyone. Rumble Roar in chat. Also a Nick in real life, in case that gets confusing later on. Colonel Mustard is a level 6 blade singer, and his yellow suit, no longer adorned with the mage armor, is looking a little tattered, and maybe there's some other colors showing through underneath that suit. Who knows? We might find out later.
Mrs. Peacock.
Hey, Parent Golden Eyes in the chat. Mrs. Peacock is also feeling a little worn down after last week's episode. She is a Circle of the Moon druid and a dwarf. So she is excited to get out of this deadly place. Let's just put it that way.
Excellent. We have Professor Plum.
I'm Granite Toe 13 in the chat. I am a Storm Keeper Ranger. Yeah, just checking all my arrows and stuff. Not doing too well. Just got the second shot, so I'm gonna let a lot of the other guys do a lot of the role playing. But hoping to be able to continue doing this level.
Congrats on getting
Your
shot. Get vaccinated, everyone. Finally, we have Wadsworth.
Hi, I'm playing Wadsworth today. I'm Scarlet Shadow in chat, Shadow054 in Discord. Wadsworth is a level 5 fighter, level 1 cleric of the Twilight. And he is wearing a suit of armor that looks like a tuxedo, but it's actually a suit of splint mail with a tuxedo painted on. But the cummerbund and the bow tie, they're real. Used to have a platter, a serving platter as a shield, but now he's got a bright new shiny one that he found about a month ago, which was actually like 10 seconds ago in the dungeon.
Not quite, because you all had to go through that portal, and it felt like, it could have been seconds, minutes, or an eternity. You're not really sure.
It might have been a month. You're right. Wow.
Yeah.
Weird how time flies.
Yeah. All the same, you all came through the portal, arrived at the entrance to the floor once again. All of your time-based features and effects, spells, all have dissipated, leaving you without those resources. So I think we talked about off stream just kind of going over what resources you all had, but I know that with Professor Plum having had their shot, we want to move things along because that really kicks your ass.
We can go through it really fast if you'd like us to.
Sure, really quick. Colonel Mustard, what do you have left?
Up until right this second, I have 1 first level spell slot, 2 second, and 2 third. And immediately upon being here, Colonel Mustard is feeling a little worn down and will burn that final first level spell slot for some mage armor.
Excellent. Mrs. Peacock, you've got some shapeshifts left. I think you've only transformed once.
Yeah, I have one shapeshift left. And I have 3 first level spells, 1 second level spell, and 3 first-level spells. And I noticed that my group is not looking too good, and I am going to burn my first third-level spell, Aura of Vitality, which is going to allow me to pop some hit points on my friends here for the next minute.
Oh, wow. You can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the aura to regain 2d6 hit points. Yeah, okay. We'll have up to 10 of those. Wonderful. Professor Plum, what resources do you have left?
I still have 94 arrows. I have 2 of my favorite foes, and 1 first and 1 second level spell left.
Excellent. And finally, Wadsworth, what do you have left?
All right. Wadsworth has 2 Battlemaster dice remaining, as he is a Battlemaster fighter. I also have 2 spell slots left as a Twilight Cleric. And I also will be doing a burning of 1 here in a second. Do you want me to link that now, or do you want to get to it when we start?
That's fine.
All right. I am definitely going to be using... let's see here.
Yes, Eyes of the Night giving folks...
Eyes of the Night. Oh, that did work. Good.
300
and I will
foot
be
dark...
giving...
Yep.
Yes. 300 feet of dark vision to both Professor Plum, Colonel Mustard, and myself. Mrs. Peacock does not get the extra dark vision, but she can see in the dark already.
Colonel Mustard gets 300. I think they already had it. Professor Plum gets 300. There you go. And Mrs. Peacock's vision, just to double check, is 60 foot. There you go. For some reason you didn't have
correct.
Any. Okay. All right.
And I will also... I'll do the rest of the stuff once we get into game.
Sure. Why don't we...
And that does cost me a spell slot, so I'm down to 1.
Okay. Why don't we have everyone roll initiative, and we can resume the turn order. I'm not going to bother resetting the round counter to update us to where you were at. It does not matter.
Got it.
Okay. Descending order. All right. That brings us to you all standing here in this room, having passed once again out of that little library room, study room, where the floor started, and into this large room that had 4 paths, 2 of which you have crossed. The far right one had a bunch of rugs of smothering with a trash compactor, crushing wall that moved. There was black puddings that you dispatched quite easily in the one to the left of that. And here before you are 2 more pathways in this very strange, almost jail-like room with all these blue metal bars coming down from the ceiling, separating the passageways. At the far end of each of these are levers, although you probably can't see this one because you can't really see very well through the fog. But to your left is a pathway with some really, really thick fog that hangs and slightly moves. And to the right, a path that just has water. Let's start with Wadsworth. What do you do?
All right. Wadsworth is going to reach over and touch Professor Plum's shoulder and say, "Be vigilant and watch out. I think we're going to go through the fog." And he will use his Vigilant Blessing feature as an action. I touch him on the shoulder and give him advantage on his next initiative roll.
Wonderful.
And then from there, I will move, I believe, 30 feet to right there. That first step, and that's as far as I can go. That's my turn.
Okay. Colonel Mustard.
Wadsworth, I don't know what you're getting on about. We need to find this murderer. I've searched through this house with you now. You say there's no one else here. Are you sure of this? And he'll be passing along past his friends and joining Wadsworth near the fog. Wadsworth, what is there anybody else in this house? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Colonel Mustard waits.
that will bring us to Professor Plum. So I'm considering a round to have passed when you all cast those spells, but Professor Plum, I did not give you an opportunity to use a bonus action to use for Aura of Vitality. Would you like to roll 2d6 for last turn's bonus action?
That's
That
Mrs.
would
Peacock.
That's Peacock.
Oh, I'm
not
sorry. Well, all the same, would you like to retroactively use last turn's bonus action and heal someone for 2d6?
Yeah, that 7 goes on the old man, Colonel Mustard.
Excellent. That is
I like
exactly.
Thanks.
I like his beard. It's a good beard. I'm jealous of it.
Perfect.
Which definitely has not changed since last episode.
Professor Plum.
Hey, Wadsworth, I don't believe you. I think there's still things in this place. And I pull out an arrow and cock it ready in the wooden gun, ready to go in case I see something not too pleasant. And I will just take a step back along the wall. So ready in an action if I see anything.
What kind of action are you readying?
Shooting my my bow at a foe if it comes in view.
All right, a ranged attack is readied. Mrs. Peacock, your turn.
I am going to move over here, and I say to Wadsworth and Professor Plum, Colonel Mustard, that is, you leave it to men to go charging on ahead when there's nothing to be seen, and I am going to use my bonus action on Wadsworth. That was a nice roll of
Another
that 2d6.
Exact number for what you needed. Wonderful.
That was fantastic.
I think we can just hand
Thank you.
wave. There's only
Feels
2 more
much
people
better.
that need healing. I think we can just top everyone off if y'all are okay with that. Or if you like rolling dice, we
actually-
can roll dice.
Actually, no. I don't think we're okay with that because this spell has a duration, and it may last into whatever might be the combat, which
that's a
means
good
we
call.
kind of don't want to hand wave it. If
That's
you don't mind.
fair. That's fair. Okay, so that is the second turn of that.
And I am going to ready a produce flame action, which is a cantrip that does not require concentration. So if I see something worth throwing a little flame at, I might toss one in there.
Okay. Put a ranged marker on you as well. Okay. That brings us to you, Wadsworth.
Sorry. I think Wadsworth is going to step forward 1 space here, and then step forward 1 space here into the fog.
All right. You step into fog. It is quite thick. It's not that you like feel any like particulates in the air, and it's not like you can taste anything or feel a wetness, but like as you breathe it in, it just feels heavy. It's thick with 2 C's, as John DM puts it in the chat. All right. That brings us to Colonel Mustard.
I think since I still have an action left,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I'm going to hold my lead pipe up and I'm going to ready an action to swing at anything that tries to come out of the fog and hit me.
Okay. Colonel Mustard.
Well, in true Colonel Mustard fashion, how far away am I from the lever? Let's find out.
I don't think you can see the lever, but you can.
Having been on the
Yeah.
backside,
Yeah, I think you can definitely infer it from all of the other.
Colonel Mustard will just charge and see how far he can get away with this. To here, to here.
All right, I will take narrative control for a moment.
How far should I be running? Because I've got halfway into the fog at this point with my clicking.
We're just gonna put you in a spot where nobody can see you anymore.
That sounds safe.
Colonel Mustard charges into the fog. You hear the sprinting of footsteps, and then suddenly they stop. Professor Plum, it is your turn.
Just stops.
Yes, you can no longer see or hear Colonel Mustard.
Marco! Seeing if I get an answer back.
You get no answer back.
Guys, did we just lose the colonel? And I stay where I'm at with ready in action in case we have to go through the other side.
Okay. Mrs. Peacock.
Mrs. Peacock looks over at Professor Plum. He looks like he could use a little bit of healing, you know. So, not much, but it's something. And just doesn't know what to make of her favorite colonel disappearing into the fog, and she's going to again hold her produce flame. And if she feels like tossing it down there into the fog, she might.
Wadsworth.
All right, Wadsworth. Can I hear anything in front of me?
No.
Did I see what direction the colonel went from where I was? Was he on my right?
Straight ahead. I mean, he ran past you, and it was pretty much straight ahead.
All right, then if I don't hear him, then I'm worried. Yes.
Moment.
Okay.
I need to look something up. Go ahead.
Sure. I think I'm going to take my lead pipe and I'm going to tap the floor in front of me. And as long as I tap something and find that it's actually floor, I'm going to start walking ahead 5 feet at a time.
Okay. Oops. All right. Wadsworth begins tapping the floor, slowly moving forward. And at some point, Wadsworth disappears. And you no longer hear tapping Mrs. Peacock and Professor Plum. Professor Plum, what do you do?
Oh, do I not get to go?
No.
Okay. I'll shut up.
Professor Plum and Mrs. Peacock, what do you do?
Look at Miss Peacock, and I'm like, do we follow? What is going on here? Do we need to go through the other way, or confused about what to do next?
This is going to be the shortest deadly dungeon ever. I think we go into the fog.
With that, I move over to this corner, and then I go, ladies first.
Mrs. Peacock.
Mrs. Peacock is going to give herself Aura of Vitality, and boom, that's full HP there.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty good rolling. And step through the bars and just pause there with Professor Plum for a second.
Okay. Another round passes. What do you do? We can open this up out of initiative order.
Okay. I'm
Peacock,
like,
do you have anything to maybe dissipate the fog?
I'm going to just toss a little one of my little produce flame balls right there, just barely into the fog. And also heal. I'm going to first heal Professor Plum one more time.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Well, you know, exactly what you needed to top off Professor Plum. Perfect.
I know. That's good. And then a tiny produce flame right there in the fog.
The produce flame strikes the stone floor and does not appear to interact in any way with the fog or mist.
I think I'll light a torch if I have. Let me make sure I have one first. I think I have still. Yeah. Light a torch and toss it the distance where I think they were at when it stopped making noise, and see if I see the flame. So straight ahead as far as I can toss it.
Okay. Just give me a dexterity check or maybe athletics check. Okay. Wadsworth and Colonel Mustard, what are you wearing?
Trying to go right there.
Are you?
So.
You're tossing it off to the side.
Yeah, I'm tossing it straight in front of me. Is the distance where I think they would have been at, to see if it illuminates and shows them or anything like that.
Okay. Are either of you wearing any flammable pants?
I mean, I'm wearing a suit of splint mail, so I don't think I have flammable pants.
Okay.
I do have a cummerbund on around my waist.
No, you're fine. The torch sails into the fog or mist or whatever this strange gas is. You can see a very faint glow emanating out from the fog. But otherwise, you cannot see them. You cannot see silhouettes of them. Yeah, there's barely even shadows cast onto the water from the metal bars to the right of this corridor.
I'm gonna step up just a smidge closer. Still can't see them?
No. It is very thick fog.
I'm gonna step up into the fog here, just barely into the fog.
Feels like the air you breathe feels heavy.
And again, I'm gonna cast Produce Flame, but this time I think I'm going to hold the flame, because I think I could do that, right? Can't you?
I think that's
flickering flame holds in your hand. Yeah. So I'm just gonna hold the Produce Flame ball in my hand, kind of hold it out in front of me into the fog, trying to get a view of what's ahead.
Okay. Nothing at this distance. Like your vision is heavily impaired.
I'm gonna say to Professor Plum, let's walk along this wall here. At least we can feel the wall behind us, and maybe we'll have a clue what's going on as we go along the wall.
That sounds good. I'll move over behind him. I will switch to a short sword. Means I don't know if I'll be able to use my bow in this.
Could be difficult.
Yeah.
Or high risk.
Yeah.
Can I see the wall? Can I see the wall beside me in this thick fog?
Yeah. You can. Not very far ahead of you, but the wall you are touching, you can see your hand, but even that far it is obscured a bit. You can't see much further past where your hand reaches out to.
I look at Professor Plum and I say, man, I feel like we should have gone swimming now. I'm going to move forward 5 feet and wait for Professor Plum to follow me in the fog.
I will take her former spot.
Okay. To begin shuffling into the fog.
That is a great description of it. It is a shuffle.
Okay. Can I have each of you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Excellent.
Ooh.
You want all 4 of us? I'm sorry. I thought you said each. You only wanted the 2 of them. You want everybody to make
everyone,
it? Okay.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
Hey, most of us.
Rumble roar. That is
Mustard.
Colonel Mustard. You arrive at the other side of the fog. Here you are with the lever.
No
Behind
gate
you-
has
Behind you
dropped
is
yet.
the fog.
And there's no gate, right?
There is no gate.
I'm gonna take another step here, turn around, and yell back, "Hey guys, should I keep going?"
You wait a
Do I
moment,
hear-
and there is no reply. You wait another moment, no reply. One moment.
Colonel Mustard is gonna ready an action. Can I ready an action to pull the lever if the gate behind me drops?
Yeah, that's fine.
That will be Colonel Mustard's action.
Okay. You can, after quite a while of... What's your passive perception?
It is an 11. Yikes.
Yeah. Okay. How long do you wait?
I would have at least waited, 30 seconds? Because Wadsworth was right behind me. 30 seconds. 30 seconds or so before I decide to do anything otherwise. I'm assuming 30 seconds goes by and nothing changes.
Yeah, what do you do at the end of 30 seconds?
Well, Colonel Mustard sees an open gate. He also sees a lever, a nice, juicy lever. And honestly, with the charging in, he's waited long enough. He's going to try and pull the lever. That's a strength check, you said?
Yes. It's a very stiff lever. And let's remember that all of you, as you came out of the portal, suffered a level of exhaustion. So all ability checks
Oh, that's fun.
are being rolled with disadvantage.
I would, at this point, having failed the lever the first time, light one of my torches and chuck it straight down this way.
Mm-hmm.
What happens? What do I see?
Not much. The torch just goes in, and you can just barely see like a glow through the fog. Like barely at all.
Okay. Well, if it's just me, I'm gonna try pulling the lever again.
Okay. You continue to attempt to pull the lever for, I'm sure, several rounds. Eventually, it's just a matter of time, but eventually you're able to work the lever. And it flips to the other orientation. And nothing happens.
Colonel Mustard shouts back, "What's going on, y'all? What? We need to press on. There's more. We need to find our murderer."
No reply.
What can I do?
30 minutes go by.
30 minutes.
No one appears.
Colonel heads back into the fog to find his comrades because something is going wrong here.
Okay. Wadsworth and sorry, Rumble, that's Mrs. Peacock.
Rumble's Mustard.
Or I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, Mrs. Peacock and Wadsworth, can you both roll me a d20? Mrs. Peacock, you arrive on the other side of the fog. Suffer another level of exhaustion, please.
Oh, great.
Everyone suffer another level of exhaustion.
This should be fun.
Actually, Colonel Mustard, I need you to make another wisdom saving throw first. Okay, never mind. Wait. Oh shit. Okay, hang on. Colonel Mustard, you appear on the other side of the fog.
Oh, okay. Colonel Mustard says, "This is what's happening here." Oh man. Colonel Mustard really wishes he had some fucking rope. All right, so Colonel Mustard, seeing that no one is here, is like, did these idiots get lost in this fog? So Colonel will take a step this way.
Okay.
And hope that Wadsworth is in the same location that he was and go straight forward into the fog once more.
Okay.
So did I end up suffering that second exhaustion?
No, you
Okay.
you have not yet. Give me another wisdom saving throw as you enter the fog.
Smart.
What? Okay. You appear on the other side of the fog after. It's worth noting, every time you go through the fog, you just lose track of yourself. Like, it's kind of like when you're driving really, really, really tired, or like paying attention to like singing a song or a podcast you're listening to or something, or talking to someone. And then you just kind of realize, like, I don't remember driving the last 5 miles. Clearly I did it, and clearly everything was fine and nothing to note, but I just don't really remember it.
Mustard begins getting concerned, checks towards the door, assuming there's only one remaining door on that back wall.
That's correct.
It's still there? That's the only one remaining?
Yes, there are 3 sets of sconces, only one with a door.
And the lever is still in the pulled state, yes?
Yes, it is still as you left it after finally managing to pull it.
Mustard, and can I see the torch I've previously chucked still?
No. There is
Mustard's at a
there
loss.
is no glow.
Mustard is just going to sit by the lever and, with no present danger and no sign of his friends, will begin taking a short rest.
Okay. You begin to feel... What is Colonel Mustard afraid of?
Colonel Mustard is afraid of the threat of this murderer and what that might mean for their reputation, and is thinking long and hard on how he's going to figure out what exactly is going to happen to this murderer when Colonel Mustard gets their hands on them.
It doesn't take long after you sit down, but your mind begins to race and just fixate on the thoughts. Murderer. You every now and then hear like shuffling in the fog, and you begin to just kind of experience some paranoia. Your time here is not going to be restful. An hour goes by, several hours go by, and eventually, I'm not sure you're really, unless you have a way of keeping time, are not really aware of how long it is. But eventually, Mrs. Peacock appears out of the fog. If you have not suffered that level 2 exhaustion, everyone is at level 2 exhaustion now.
Including Colonel Mustard?
Including Colonel Mustard. I think that's how it works. Oh no, because okay. I had to remind myself exactly how exhaustion. Freezing or scorching temperatures can lead to special condition called exhaustion. All right. Go ahead and roleplay what happens when Mrs. Peacock appears.
Where have you been?
I went in the fog with Professor Plum, and I don't know how long later, but here I am. Where were you?
I was behind Wadsworth. I left the fog. I pulled this lever. I waited for like 20, 30 minutes. Came back through the fog. Nobody was there. Went back through the fog again. Nobody's here. I don't know what the hell happened to Wadsworth. You said Plum was with you? Where is that guy?
I don't know. I'm not his keeper. He was right behind me.
Can you do something about this fog? I have nothing to deal with this fog. Is there any way that you can... This is a problem. We have to find our friends. It's getting late. This party has run longer than I intended it to.
I could attempt to blow the fog out of the way, but before I do that, I want to kind of like sweep my hand through the fog and see if my hand motion even bothers to disturb the fog at all.
It does not.
Got any rope or breadcrumbs we could leave for these guys? Like, I've waited here for quite some time now. And you're the only one I've seen. Do not go back into that fog.
Give me a second to think. I was really enjoying watching you think a second ago. Now I'm enjoying having to be able to hear thinking.
Yeah. My ruling is everyone just flat out suffers a level of exhaustion.
Damn.
So we're at 3 now.
Yes. No. Sorry, you are only at 2. One from coming through the portal, and 2 so far from whatever is happening here.
Okay.
Is there anything you do in the immediate, or do you just kind of settle in, Mrs. Peacock?
I am just debating between 2 spells right now, and I'm thinking really hard on which one to use.
Okay.
So I've seen it work for other groups. I am going to do Gust of Wind in this direction here, trying to dissipate the fog. The gust disperses gases or vapor. It extinguishes candles and torches.
And hopefully we'll push our party members a little bit into recognizing what's happening.
If for no other reason, hopefully they can feel the wind blowing at them. Yes.
See. And how long does this last? A minute?
Yes, and that means that, well, my aura of vitality ended hours ago at this time.
Yes. Quite a while ago. As you might suspect, magic does not interact with the fog.
I give a pouty face to Colonel Mustard.
But you've got a minute of this, right? I say keep blowing it through there. Hopefully we can get something through to them. It might take a minute, but...
A minute passes of wind. Nothing changes. You can even see the fog just kind of like floating around, like turning on itself a little bit. It's almost like it's taunting your magic. The way it is just like completely ignoring this massive gust of wind.
I'm going to take my sling, which is typically like 2 strings with the thing at the end that you put the little sling bullets in, you know, you swing around.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hand one half of it to Colonel Mustard, and the other half I'm going to hold on to. And I say to Colonel Mustard, don't let go. I'm going back into the fog. if I am gone more than 30 seconds, please pull me back. And I kind of like tie the other side to my hand.
Okay. You step into the fog. How far do you go?
I move at least here first, and I kind of like give a little tug to make sure. And I think probably distance-wise, the farthest I could maybe move is there.
Yeah, and it's about there that like you are a faint silhouette to Colonel Mustard. This stuff is just very thick, and like a step later, the string just stops moving, and goes slack. Would go a little taut because your arm would drop. Yeah, so it gets a little tight, Colonel Mustard.
Well, I'm holding on. I yell back, "Hey, Peacock!" Can Peacock hear me?
No.
30 seconds go by and I pull.
Okay. You pull. You feel like a little give, and then taut as Mrs. Peacock's arm just gets pulled towards you and then goes slack. And then you begin to reel Mrs. Peacock in. Mrs. Peacock, you suddenly walk out what you thought would be the other side of the fog, but Colonel Mustard is in front of you, and you, in fact, come back the way you came, and just kind of lost track of what happened. And here you are. You regain consciousness.
At this point, do we just leave him a note? Move on?
I'm thinking Nick's plural.
I light another torch.
Mm-hmm.
That go in the chat. That's got a 30-foot range, so I'm gonna send that down with a torch in hand as hopefully a guiding light to my friends.
The mage hand holding a torch disappears into the fog. You can see the light for a little bit, but eventually you just stop seeing it.
I make sure that when I get my mage hand 30 feet down, that I orient it so that it's holding the torch, but the finger's pointing towards us, as in, go this way, idiots.
How long do you wait?
I turn to Peacock after a minute, and I say, how long do we wait, Peacock?
I'm going to take some of my sling bullets and gently toss them into the fog, hoping to hit Wadsworth or Professor Plum with these gently tossed bullets. And I'm willing to toss 10 bullets into there.
Okay, give me a just roll a d20 for luck. You manage to on the first toss hear the like metal tink on what you suspect is Wadsworth's armor.
Do I have a sense of which direction he is in?
Sure, Wadsworth is around there.
Okay, if he is around there, I'm gonna come here, and we're like, hey,
we can do the sling thing again.
Sling it. Let's sling it. I move here, sling tied to my wrist, boom, and I say to Colonel Mustard, I think you can get just a little bit into the fog, just a little bit, okay?
I'll let you go in first, see if you find Wadsworth, and then I'll scoot a few feet in. You just keep the thing taut.
Well, I certainly can't drag you out, so yes, I guess I have to go in first. I agree with this idea. I move in, and I'm reaching forward with
reach
my hand
forward. You get a little bit further, and you lose yourself.
Fantastic.
The rope goes taut as Mrs. Peacock slumps. You can reel her back out. Unsuccessful.
I look at Colonel Mustard and I say, well, that didn't work.
Colonel Mustard, knowing that Peacock was only so far in front and Wadsworth was only so far beyond that, has the mage hand drop the torch and just head to the general area where Wadsworth should be and just slap. Politely slap to get the attention of anything in the area. And if we've got time and I'm mage handing this, I'm finding Wadsworth.
You are commanding. I don't know how exactly the commanding works, especially when you can't see it. But you're moving the hand around, and eventually you hear the on metal, and you kind of trying to magically and telepathically feel around with the hand, and okay. Swing here, metal. Swing here, metal. Swing here. Oh, that's the shield. Swing here, metal. Swing, slap. Okay, right there. Swing, slap. And you give Wadsworth a good smack in the face a couple times.
Now that I've got him, go ahead.
I'm gonna use my rope noose whip to try to see if I can grab Wadsworth and yank him towards me.
Ooh. And
which
this
is really Thorn Whip reskinned.
Yeah, your spell attack. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the range on it?
30 feet.
Okay, yeah. You can certainly spend quite a bit of time, as long as it takes, whip after whip after whip, doing this. Yeah, that's fine. I think you do.
My AC's 20.
Okay, well, it's.
I maybe disadvantage, maybe advantage because I'm not moving.
Any sort of way I can assist in the action?
I mean, it's just a matter of time. Eventually, you're gonna get this. It's minutes versus tens of minutes in terms of how long this takes. It's really negligible at this point. But eventually, you hit. Can you roll your 2d6, please, for damage? Wadsworth, by now you do not have a ready to attack. Suffer 11 damage minus your. Oh no. Heavy Armor Master is
slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning. This should be piercing
or slashing. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So I'll take 8.
And you are pulled through.
Wonderful. Hey, really quick, Apollo. I know we're in the middle of a dialogue here, but I'm pretty sure that rope noose whip at a +3 is not the modifier. It should be his spell attack, so it should be a +7. I think we noticed that last time, but I don't think we changed it.
Okay. Yeah, that's very strange.
Spell attack's a +6, but yeah, I can fix that.
+6, sorry. All right, do I get to come back alive then?
Yes, you get pulled out of the weirdness. Suddenly, yeah, you went running in. Suddenly, you are getting bound by a noose and pulled, forward. And there, Colonel Mustard and Mrs. Peacock are. You feel exhausted.
Oof.
As a clarification to our listeners, a second level of exhaustion, our player's speed is halved.
I think I'll come out of there and be like, oh, what happened there? Look around. Professor, where are you?
Nowhere.
I think we have a plan to find the professor now that we've gotten you. It's been a while. I don't know what the heck happens in this fog. It doesn't seem to affect me. Peacock has fallen under whatever its gaze spell is several times at this point, to very frustrating end. And then we, make sure we get the daisy chain of whip noose and sling all set up to get her through.
Yeah, I'm gonna whip noose until I grab me a professor.
Okay.
With the mage hand combo.
All right. I'm just gonna abstract the 19 to mean it doesn't take very long.
I like that.
All right.
Give me one moment here. I need to sort something out. Got a 21, 22. Okay. Yeah, you can reel Professor Plum in. Roll 2d6 damage.
Yeah, I'm just gonna click rope noose whip one more time to make sure I did the modifier properly.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
There
good.
you go.
It works.
Professor Plum takes 7 damage. You no longer have mage armor, by the way. I'm sorry to say. But you are suddenly, you went into the fog, you, hand on Mrs. Peacock's shoulder or arm, very close. Suddenly you're just being pulled through by a whip by Mrs. Peacock. And you also feel absolutely exhausted.
Okay, so where did you go and why did you leave me and then whip me? You healed and then hurt me.
Where did we go? Colonel Mustard has enough of all of this shit. Get out this door, points angrily. We're done here. Let's go.
Mrs. Peacock immediately leaves the fog room.
Colonel is frustrated that he is burning a level 2 spell slot, but he will get more mage armor. He does not like showing his tattered underclothes after the previous battle, and really, really wants to not get destroyed going through this door. He's tired, he's angry, but he's glad his party made it through. And he will slowly, because now we're all exhausted, make his way toward the door in however many turns it takes.
Right. We have to move at half speed, don't we?
Yes, you do.
Yep. I'll move 15 and then dash for 30.
We're going to the center door.
It's the only door left.
It is a very, in actuality, it is a very, very, very high round number at this point, but I'm just going to ignore that for now. And we'll just leave it
Apollo, my shared dark vision only lasts an hour, so that is also gone at this point.
Oh no.
Unfortunate. Okay, so Colonel Mustard, what is your base vision?
Oh god, where am I?
Oh shoot, I had that marked wrong.
Before we mess with that, I think Wadsworth will turn to his party and say, do we all want to see very far? I can do this one more time.
I would like to.
I prefer it to torches.
Alright, then Wadsworth will recast with his last spell slot the Eyes of the Night feature, so that we all have 300-foot dark vision, except for Mrs. Peacock. And I am out of spells.
Oof. Okay.
It's fine.
Good thing your ranger still
good.
has like 70-some arrows.
Yeah, well.
94.
Oh, wow. That's a lot more than I thought. Oh, it was 20 in the quiver, 70 in your bag, right?
Yep.
Okay. Very good. Do you all have rations and water?
Yes. We have monkey brain rations, yes.
But no water?
I do not have rations.
There's some water over here, you know, if you're feeling a little parched.
Nah, I got this red liquid I'll probably drink later. Might make me feel better.
If I'm super thirsty, I'll drink a healing potion.
Out of a curiosity, Mrs. Peacock, what are you afraid of?
Oddly, I'm afraid of very small birds. I like giant birds, but very small birds just not good for me.
Yeah, for the last several minutes, as you've been like trying to lash or noose, lasso your companions and moving through this corridor towards the door, you keep hearing like the faint flittering sound of like bird wings, and it is really bothering you.
I always feel like they're gonna fly right into the side of my head.
Yeah, yeah. Anytime like the light, like as you pass through these bars and light comes like through them, or no, there's no light source to the south of you. Never mind. But you just like you're just feeling a little on edge. Like keep hearing the fluttering. How about you, Wadsworth? What are you afraid of?
Wadsworth is afraid of the truth. And everyone knowing the truth. It's the whole reason he invited everybody here tonight. Now everything is going horribly wrong. And he's afraid of what might come out of it.
Yeah. You get the sense that people are on the edge of discovering this truth. Professor Plum, what are you afraid of?
My students being smarter than me and then finding out.
They might just know. All right, you all approach the door. There are the 3 concentric circles of runes that you don't understand on the door, and you all know the drill. Fixate on the idea and the physical exertion of moving through a door. You put your entire being, so to speak, into moving through the door, and eventually you all do after 3 rounds. Let's put this at round 7. Boop. Oops. And boop. Before you is yet another stone room with these massive, massive pillars, walls, just structures. They look like, structural stone supports, but they're quite huge. There is a light source coming from around the corners here. Actually, it's mostly this side. And that brings us to Wadsworth.
I think Wadsworth will be like, well, time to continue searching. And he will slowly shuffle 5 feet in this direction, 5 feet up here, and then I think 5 feet to right there.
And it's right about there that you hear just like a creature shout and point at you. Do any of you speak Abyssal?
Checks.
No.
I do not.
All right.
Nope.
A very strange creature shouts something and points at Wadsworth and then immediately lets out a roar. And we are going to begin our first combat of the night.
Hey, Shadow, how long did that Blessed Vigor start or last?
It should still be on you.
Okay.
Which one?
Unless the... Let's see here, the Vigilant Blessing. I'll post it in chat again.
Oh, yeah, that never expires.
It never expires. It
that's what's
expires
really
when
cool.
I use it again, so it should still be going. All right, let's see here. Roll initiative.
Nice. That's pretty good, Professor Plum, a 24. All right, let's sort into descending order, and we will begin with Professor Plum and the Clue Party versus a Glabrezu, if that is how you pronounce it.
Hearing
Sounds
a
good to
noise
me.
in this corner, I will head over to the corner so I can see what it is.
Don't forget you have half movement.
Yeah, it was 15 feet, right?
Perfect.
Yeah. Then, with my first level spell, we will do a Hunter's Mark on it.
Ooh, Hunter's Mark. Wonderful. Locked on.
And we will attempt my first shot with Sharpshooter.
I give you... Oh, trying to click on your... There you are. Concentrating.
Mm-hmm. That would have been a 13.
A 13 will not hit.
So we will take off sharpshooter's ability. And of course, I roll lower.
An 11 will also not hit. The arrows just like hitting the Glabrazoo's like tough hide skin. I don't even know what this thing actually looks like. I'm gonna pull up. Oh yeah, these things are super creepy.
They're beastly.
Yeah, it's got what looks like kind of a goat head, black horns, red eyes, but like fangs instead of, those blunt teeth. It has like this very broad, like shoulder thing that looks like it's just like a bunch of skin and claws coming off its breastplate. It has two like regular sized arms that just look like they're ready to punch something, and then coming off of those really massive shoulders are these long arms with like crab claws, and of course its legs, covered with spikes and scales, and then like huge massive claws at its toes. These things are horrifying. Okay, that brings us to the Glabrazoo. Okay, I need to review this character. I have never played one of these before. Ooh, what do you do? Pardon me 1 sec while I read some things. That one. Okay. The Glabrazoo is going to... It's going to cast Dispel Magic. And it is just going to remove the Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, wait. How does that work?
I think if it removes it, it's gone. It's
Right.
a first level spell.
But does this mean you are no longer concentrating on it? Like,
If it wouldn't exist, then
yeah.
Or does it remove it off himself?
That's what I'm
question.
wondering. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra blah blah blah. If the target drops to 0 HP before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on subsequent turns of yours to mark a new creature. Huh. Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. Oh, this is very interesting. I had never considered this interaction before. Hunter's Mark and Dispel Magic. Oh, here's a tweet from Jeremy Crawford. When you use Dispel Magic to target a magical effect within range, you're choosing a discrete effect that you're aware of, often one created by a spell. If a spell has put an ongoing effect on multiple creatures, each of those creatures bears a discrete targetable effect. So it sounds like they're dispelling the effect, not the spell.
I can remark them afterwards.
Yes.
Okay.
However,
I think that's what it reads.
Yeah. But since the target has not dropped to 0 HP before the spell ends, you cannot use it to mark a new creature. You can mark... It doesn't say you can't mark the same creature. This is worded very weirdly. Okay, we're just going to move on, because this is... Yeah. And the Glabrazoo is going to move forward 40 feet and close with you, Wadsworth, bringing it to Mrs. Peacock's turn.
Well, it is time to cast a spell, and it's...
All right, we've got the Temur spell. For those of you who haven't been watching this show, Temur is one of our players who's been on frequently and has an awesome LED display that when you type !Temur in the chat, changes their LED display. And this is our reskinned version of Fairy Fire. So I assume you target an area that just hits the Glabrazoo.
Yes.
Okay. Each object is outlined. Any creature in the area is also outlined. If it fails a Dex saving throw, DC 14. It will make a Dex saving throw and pass.
Oh!
Of course.
Yep.
All right. Anything else, Mrs. Peacock?
Move away? So, let's see. Her speed is 25 normally. Halved is...
Let's say you can move 2.5 squares.
Okay. So I was here.
Yes. If you need to kind of like use some like minutia, I think if you move your token while holding Alt and then release click,
Okay.
and then release Alt, you should not snap to the grid.
Oh, I did not know that. Cool. All right.
Yeah, it's really handy, especially on my side of things. Unless there's anything else, Colonel Mustard.
Colonel Mustard is going to make sure he's got his knife equipped, his sword. He's going to step up, moving 10 feet. He's going to use Shabooming Blade, and that's this one for when I'm attacking.
A 17 will hit
Nice.
for 5 slashing damage.
Just as a reminder, I am a blade singer, so I get to do an extra attack. And in case we all have not been taking extensive notes like Shadow, I also have the mobile feat, so it will not be able to proc an attack of opportunity when I inevitably back up in just a moment. So, attack number 2 is coming in. It doesn't get all the fun bonuses. Regular knife attack.
Yeah, I need to look something up. Not sorcerer, wizard. My question is, do blade singers have magical attacks with blade?
I do not think that is the case.
If so, I haven't unlocked it yet.
For the purpose of resistance. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. All right. Good to
I
know.
can post it in chat, but it's a wall attack.
Yeah, that's okay. I think we're good. A 24 will hit.
For 4.
For 4. Okay.
Did he take that thunder damage too? I heard you said this last week.
The thunder damage only happens if the Glabrazoo moves.
No.
That is
Oh.
not the case.
Oh, no?
Yeah.
Because
There's-
I am... Hang on. I'll post it
Ooh.
in chat. I'm a level 6. So on a hit... Hang on. If the target... No, where is it? The spell's
At
damage
level.
increases when you reach certain levels. At 5th level, it gains an additional 1d8 thunder damage on hit. And that was the 8.
Oh, they take 1d8 on the hit, and then they take 2d8 if they move. Is that right?
Mhm.
Okay, thank you for
Mhm.
clarifying that. Okay, yes, they take 8 thunder damage.
Plus whatever negligible rounded down, I'm sure, damage from the regular attack. I'm going to
Yeah.
back up, and that will end Colonel Mustard's turn.
There we go. There's the damage.
I'm going to stand here, I think is the play.
All right. That brings us to you, Wadsworth.
Okay, Wadsworth will go ahead and use his lead pipe, and he will swing at this Glabrazoo.
A miss.
Miss. I think he's going to use his second attack to swing again. Will that hit?
A 20 will hit.
All right. I will apply my damage. 2 from dueling, 12 from bludgeoning, and then I would like to crush your feet, push him back 5 feet.
Okay.
Directly back in that direction.
5 feet. Boom. The Glabrazoo is pushed back. Okay.
And then I think I'm going to move... I'm going to move to here.
Ooh, okay. And that brings us to you, Professor Plum.
We will take a the bonus action to, I guess, remark him if I'm not able to.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna look this up more later, but this is fine.
And without using sharpshooter, we'll attempt to hit him
That will hit.
with my gathering storm, and because he's next to somebody and I'm not disadvantaged, I do get the sneak attack.
Okay. Can you remind me what Gathering Storm is?
Gathering
Swarm.
storm.
Sorry, I heard
Swarm. Sorry, I always swarm.
Okay.
I get to pick either damage or moving back or moving myself.
Okay. And you are choosing the extra damage, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Wow. 28 damage. And are your attacks magical?
no, they are not.
Okay.
Yeah, you really hate me in this game.
Sorry, it's
all
a
the-
short floor. I gotta make the battles tough.
No, I got you. We'll take another attack.
Okay. Whoa, another 26. Wow.
I do not get the sneak attack or gathering storm for this one, or swarm, excuse me. So it's not as much.
Oh my god, another 18. 18 and 28 is 38, 46 damage.
46.
Wow. Okay.
And
That's
then
a lot.
I think I like where I am.
Okay.
So it's not like I can move much anyways.
Okay. On the Glabrazu's turn, they are going to mutter some words. They are going to pull something out of from behind them, crush it in their palm, throw it towards you, Colonel Mustard, and appearing just kind of emanating from this space right here is just like a concussive effect, and they are going to cast Confusion in a 10-foot radius sphere, which is going to hit all three of you. Yes. All right, so the spell assaults and twists creatures' minds, spawning delusions and provoking uncontrolled reactions. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw.
Let's go, Colonel Mustard.
Glabrazu's save is the load. One moment. Come on.
Oh shit! Everything's at disadvantage.
These are saving throws, not
Saving
throws.
ability
Save.
checks.
Oh, ability checks. Sorry, I
Yes.
forgot.
Saving
I
throws is level 3 exhaustion, so good thing you all got out of there as early as
Yep.
you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
it only took us 8 hours to get out of there. Sure. Yeah.
2 mage armors later.
It was longer than that, I will say.
Fair enough.
Because one of you went through more than once. Okay, so it looks like my character sheet is not loading, but I suspect that that's 2 passes and a fail. So
That seems pretty fair.
yeah. So Wadsworth, the affected target can't take reactions and must roll a d10 at the start of each of its turns to determine its behavior for the turn. There's a list here of what to do. At the end of your turns, you may make another Wisdom saving throw, and I'm going to look up what the DC is on this so we have it.
Sounds good. I'll read through that so
Okay.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay. That is one of the things it's doing, because this is part of a multi-attack.
It's willingly moving at this point, so I can do the booming blade damage.
It
no.
hasn't moved yet.
Hasn't moved.
Oh. Okay.
And this doesn't put any status or condition on you, does it?
No, I think I'm confused in my actions, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not restrained or incapacitated by it. I don't think
Yeah.
it says it on there.
Okay.
I'll
All right.
read it again, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. So they are going to make 2 attack with their pincers at you, Wadsworth. The first, an 18.
That's a miss. My AC is 20.
Oh, it's 20 now with that +1 shield you got from last week.
That is correct.
Well, the last run a month ago. And that is a miss. The Glabrezu, very frustrated that it's like pincers coming down to bear on you, cannot get around your shield, and B, can't crush it. Mrs. Peacock, the Glabrezu is just like muttering insane words that you can't understand. What do you do?
I'm going to move 7.5 feet to there, so I have line of sight, and try to timber the Glabrezu again.
All right, it will make a dexterity saving throw, failing and becoming outlined.
Yeah.
What color do you choose?
Let me see what happens. Let's see, Rumble Roy, you hit it first.
Dark magenta.
Dark magenta, yes.
I know that's not one of the 3 legal ones. Can we reflavor it for funsies?
I don't care.
Okay.
And what color is burly woodish colors? What color would that even be?
All right. There you go. It's got a red dot, and it is emanating 10 feet of bright light, though none of you would know it because of your vision.
Oh, that's tan. Burlywood is tan.
Okay.
There you go. That's as close as I can get. Okay, the spell save for this creature is DC 16. Oh, if I had looked at my sheet closer, I did add that. Whoops.
I definitely would have failed with an 8 then.
Yes. Okay, any more movement, Mrs. Peacock?
I think moving back around this corner, because that guy is hideous.
Fair. All right, and you are concentrating on a spell for a minute. Okay. Colonel Mustard.
Lather, rinse, and repeat. It's going to move up. Booming blade.
A 19 will hit. For
Ooh.
7 slashing and 8 thunder.
Regular knife attack.
20 will hit. Another 6.
And we'll retreat back to protect Plum.
And you have mobile, right?
Correct.
Okay, wonderful. Wadsworth, you are confused. Give me a D10 to see what you do.
Incoming.
Let's go, Wadsworth!
10. I think I get to act normally with a 10.
Yep, 9 to 10. The creature can act and move normally. And at the end of your
Wonderful.
turn, you can make another wisdom saving throw.
Love it. Well, I'm going to use my lead pipe to swing at this Glabrezu then.
Korpunk, miss.
Nope,
That's an
he's
advantage.
fairy fired. It's an
He's
Oh,
advantage.
you're right. Fairy Fire. Thank you for reminding me.
Thanks, Timer.
26 will hit.
Oh, just shy of a crit.
Yep.
Okay, for 11 damage.
And I'm going to crush or push him 5 feet backwards, please.
Bonk.
Then I'm going to move to right there, and
Oh.
I'm going to swing again. And a 24 will hit
Ugh.
for
Ugh.
another 11.
Oops.
And then, do I get to make a saving throw at the end of my turn to end the confusion?
Yes, you do.
Wisdom?
Wisdom save DC 16. A
No, I'm
fail.
still confused.
Okay,
But I will stay right there.
But you're confused and in the way, and that's what matters.
yes, you
Very true.
are. That brings us to Professor Plum.
All right, we will try this with sharpshooter now that I have an advantage.
There you go. Miss
Let-
and a hit.
Big damage.
And sneak attack. The swarm sharpshooter.
So many
Hunter's
modifiers
mark.
to your damage. Whoa! 31 damage. Oof. The Glabrezu takes this just... remind me, what does your swarm look like? What is that?
They're pygmies from when I was out at a dig site. And saved a couple of their lives, so now they owe me a life debt.
Yeah, you just shoot this Glabrezu just like right in the shoulder underneath all the like spikes and armor, and then like these pygmies just like leap up and just like push the arrow in like a little deeper, just like kicking it and springing off parkour style. Wonderful. Anything else?
I like where I'm at.
Okay. The Glabrezu is once again going to multi-attack. They are going to start by casting a spell. They are going to point back at you, Professor Plum, and they are going to power word stun you. My very first 8th level spell.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Okay, you speak a word of power that can overwhelm the mind of one creature you can see within range, leaving it dumbfounded. If the creature has 150 hit points or fewer, it is stunned. Otherwise, the spell has no effect. The stunned creature must make a con saving throw at the end of each of its turns. On a successful save, the stun effect ends. I believe on a stun, you lose concentration. But I'm going to double check.
He really does not want you having this hunter's mark, dude.
Yes, you are
He's a
incapacitated.
Incapacitate. Okay.
And you cannot take actions or reaction. Oh.
So I still have concentration.
That's interesting.
Oh, well, this will never go away.
Wait a sec. Wait.
Come on, intricate nuances in the wording.
A stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, and can speak only falteringly. They fail strength and dex saves. Attack rolls have advantage. It doesn't say anything about concentration on any of these statuses, so I'm going to have to look at spells. But it would have said here. Yeah, okay, concentration. You lose concentration if you are incapacitated or killed.
Yep.
There you
have
go.
been incapacitated.
Yep.
Okay. No, I'm not a fan of spells, and you all have made it very far, so...
Rip hunter's mark, we hardly knew ye.
I mean, if he wants to use 2 turns to get rid of Hunter's Mark, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
And they are going to pincer at you twice, Wadsworth.
Bring
1,
the rain.
2. The second one is a hit
Yeah,
with
that'll
a
hit.
26. Take 22
Holy
bludgeoning damage minus your heavy armor master, brings it down to 19, I believe.
All right.
If you are medium or smaller, you are grappled, DC 15. So you are confused and grappled.
Okay.
We're going to put the restrained marker on you. That is supposed to be like 2 hands bound together.
I can see it.
And they are grappling you. So one of their pincers is being used to grapple you. And that was their second attack, bringing us to Mrs. Peacock.
So, Mrs. Peacock, do I have line of sight here, or do I need to move around the corner?
Ooh. You've got a little bit of line of sight.
Okay.
Not a lot, but good.
Stunned. All right. I think I'm going to cast a spell, and I'm going to upcast it.
Ooh.
I am going to, I think, put Moonbeam. No. No. I feel like you're just going to, never mind.
Abuse it?
You're just,
Absolutely.
no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to use it. Yeah, I just remembered you just dispelled magic a second ago. He's going to throw a produce flame ball at, and that's a miss.
That is a miss.
Even with advantage. All right.
Is that it?
And move back a square so that I can see Professor Plum.
All right. Very good. Colonel Mustard. Y'all are so sad about the Hunter's Mark. I'm just glad Professor Plum doesn't get a round of more shots at me.
I have a hard time saying I'm doing anything different than in the previous turn, but I'm quickly checking over my spells to make sure there's not a better option. Colonel Mustard will run forward 15 feet, stand next to Wadsworth, booming blade this guy. Again.
Excellent. So is Colonel Mustard just like a man in like a military jacket just running forward with just like a knife? Like,
well, he's currently not singing while he does this, but yes, he's just some crazy old man charging forward with knives and doing crazy lightning wizard stuff.
very good. A 23 will hit for more damage. A 2 and a 7.
Colonel will attack.
Ooh, a critical hit.
Nice.
For
5 damage.
5. Yeah, very good.
And then quickly does math because I can only move half, so half of 40 is 20.
Yes.
And that will be it for the Colonel.
All right, Wadsworth, that brings us to you.
All right.
You are restrained and confused. D10. On a 2.
I think I can do nothing.
Yeah, let me scroll up. On a 1... Oh, no. On a 1, you use all your movement to roll or move in a random direction. On a 2 to 6, the creature doesn't move or take actions this turn. So you remain restrained.
I get to do nothing, but I do get to make a wisdom save, right?
That's right, at the end of your turn.
Nope, I'm still confused.
Bummer. And that brings us to you, Professor Plum. You are stunned, so you are incapacitated this turn, but at the end of your turn, you can attempt to break free of Power Word Stun again. A con saving throw, DC 16, which you pass. No.
Can't stop the DPS.
The just like screaming, like the words of the Glabrezu are just echoing, screaming in your mind.
And I just take a big stretch afterwards.
Yeah, just shake it off.
All right.
Very good, very good. Okay, let's see. What else do I have at my disposal? Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that. Okay. Let's see. Professor Plum, you have mage armor on, right?
Colonel Mustard does.
Oh, Colonel Mustard, thank you. Okay. We're gonna multi-attack. We're gonna start with a Dispel Magic on Colonel Mustard. We're gonna get rid of that mage armor. What is your AC now?
I think it's just...
But you're a blade singer, so when you sing, you still get a ton of AC bonuses.
Yeah, good thing I still have 2 of those.
Yeah.
I'm down to a much lower armor class. Thanks for asking.
Excellent. It looks like a 12 to me. Wonderful. And then when you are restrained by being in a grapple, attacks against you have advantage. Wonderful.
That they do.
Okay. With the pincer that they're using to grapple you, Wadsworth, they're going to make an attack against you with a 23 to hit.
That will hit.
For another 16 minus 3 is 13 bludgeoning damage.
Down to 11.
Oh, why isn't it showing you all the reach of this? They have 10-foot reach. Yeah, why?
As a large creature, they have 10-foot reach?
Yes.
All right.
So, Colonel Mustard, they are going to swipe out at you with a pincer with a 13, which hits your 12 AC. Take 21 bludgeoning damage, and you are also grappled. And the Glabrezu smiles. Mrs. Peacock. Professor Plum is shaking it off. What do you do?
Well, let's see. I can move to here.
That you can.
And I can see what's going on there. I am going to do Healing Word on Wadsworth. And
All right.
just level 1, I think.
Oh, we're burning through all the spells, y'all. We're getting there. Whew. All right. Wadsworth heals for 6.
Thank you.
Is that one a bonus action?
It is, but see, can I use my sling and fire a bullet at this Glabrezu?
Sure. Because you're not holding anything else in like your hands, are you?
No, I don't have another weapon of any sort, right?
Yeah, then absolutely you can draw that and fire.
20?
A 20 will hit. 5. Oh, sorry, not 5. Your attacks are not magical. All right. Anything else, Mrs. Peacock?
No, I think that will do it.
All right. Colonel Mustard, you are in the unfortunate position of being gripped in between the massive pincers of this Glabrezu next to Wadsworth, who is looking a little dazed and confused, quite honestly. You I think, misjudged the reach of this creature.
I couldn't move any farther. Push came to shove. So, can I move while grappled, or am I stuck in this spot?
Your speed is set to 0.
It's fine. It's not like I can move very far anyway. I will.
I think the Glabrezu on their turn probably would have pulled you in closer. A more ergonomic position.
Well, then I would not have firebolted like I had clicked before being moved.
Okay, sorry, that's fine. You can choose another action if you'd like.
Yeah, this is just going to be since I'm right up on top of him, I'm just going to Shabooming Blade him right up close.
Okay. Oh, that will definitely hit.
Nice.
I think you have disadvantage, but that cancels out.
But we also have advantage.
Yeah, but a 23 will definitely hit. Okay. And that will be another 2 slashing and 6 thunder. Very good.
So this thing's just got a claw around me. I'm just going to keep beating the shit out of it.
Yeah,
while I can,
you both are gripped in its hands. It does have those 2 other smaller arms I described that are just like have their fists like they look like they're ready to punch stuff. A critical hit. Wonderful.
Colonel Mustard comes in with his extra attack and being a blade singer, very happy with this result, minus the fact that a giant lobster man's got him by the claw.
Yeah, this Glabrezu is just like, I think they have 2 or 3 arrows puncturing them, and you have like inflicted and punctured them with several knife wounds. So they are actively bleeding and looking a little worse for wear. But they also look to be in a dominant position right now over the 2 of you. Anything else?
That's all.
Wadsworth, a D10 for your
All right.
stun.
Yes.
Or confusion. Oh, nice. You get to act freely.
All right. So I'm going to start out with a regular light pub attack. I'm going to try to hit him.
Oh, a crit!
Let's go!
Wait. Oh my gosh. And we're going to link some other stuff here because we're going full bore on this one. I'm going to link my Crusher feat, letting everybody know that when you score a critical hit that deals bludgeoning damage to a creature, attack rolls against that creature are made with advantage. So at the start of your next turn,
Well,
so even
they
Mustard
already
will
had
get
advantage.
advantage.
Oh.
You already have Fairy Fire.
Can we get super advantage, Apollo?
No, we can't.
No, and since you're grappled, Colonel Mustard, unless you break free of that, you still have a disadvantage, so they would cancel out.
Well, I get overly excited then. But I will still deal,
Ooh.
believe, 11 divided by 2, 5. I don't know, you're calling the damage.
Yes, that's correct.
And then I will use one of my superiority dice to use a commander strike. When you take the attack action, I'm going to forego my second attack and use a bonus action to direct Professor Plum to fire an arrow at this creature.
Which I will happily do.
Use one from
So I'm now
your-
down to
I
1
can see-
superiority dice.
Yep. Okay.
20.
Advantage.
20's a hit.
The creature can use its reaction to make 1 weapon attack. Okay, so that's a 23. Minus 3 is a 20.
And I
Minus...
should be able to use that.
Yeah. There is cover, so their AC is actually 19, but your 20 still
I'm a
hits.
Sharpshooter.
I'm a
Oh,
sharpshooter.
that's right. Yep. That hasn't come up yet today. so
And I
that's-
think I can use the the favored foe because I hit. It's not a bonus action or anything.
When you hit a creature with an attack roll, you can call your mark or call your mystical bond. Yep, you can do that. It's not an action or a bonus action. For 1 minute or until you lose concentration. So you are once again concentrating on an effect, I guess.
Budget Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, we'll just call it a new hunter's mark.
Exactly.
All right. Each time the first time on each of your turns that you hit the favored foe and deal damage, including when you mark it. Okay, you can deal an extra d4. Wonderful. So you have 10 sharpshooter damage, d4 for favored foe, and then on your turn you have a bunch of other more modifiers. The sneak attack, the swarm. Oh my god. Thank you, roll 20
Does
for...
he get sneak attack damage?
I used it earlier in the round, so I don't know if I
But it's
get it
You
again.
did not use it this round. You shook off stun this round.
And then I think we're grappled, but we're not incapacitated, so we're still
Right.
threatening as we keep
So
dealing
actually-
damage to it.
So I would get sneak attack.
Once
Do
per
you just want me to roll a
turn.
d6?
Yes, you can add your sneak attack damage.
This is my turn.
Yeah.
So-
We're still threatening. We both just crit it last round.
So just one d6
Yeah.
added on to that?
So 18 plus 5 is 23. Wow. Big damage. Okay. Oh, and then you add the superiority die.
Oh, yep, that's right. Am I rolling that then?
Which either one, I don't care. I don't even know what,
All right, here
what it
comes
is.
my D8.
All
3
right.
more damage.
Okay,
So
so
that'll make it 26.
So it was
13 plus 5.
18, 23. I marked off 11, but it's
2 more for a total of
yeah,
13.
2 more. Okay, thank you. Wonderful.
That is all that I can do.
Hit it! Professor Plum just whoosh, whip shots it right in the chest, and it just
Hit
looks,
it again.
Yeah, it
Hey,
just
I
looks
got-
stunned. Anything else, Wadsworth?
No, I believe I've exhausted 2 attacks and a bonus action. I'm done.
All right, Professor Plum, that brings us to you.
Oh, wait,
Make
I
a
get to
save.
make a wisdom save.
Oh,
yep.
yeah, sorry. Oh,
And I
you
think
pass.
I break the confusion.
Finally.
All right. We will
Alright.
take my first action. I'm pretty sure you know what that's coming.
Yeah, a 23 will hit.
And
Oh my god.
Boom.
28 damage. Oh,
That's the first one.
then the
Oh,
second
one more
one,
like that, Ben.
its eyes begin to roll into the back of its head,
Ah,
but your second
Sadly, I
shot
missed.
whiffs. And then, okay, so let's take a look at this. We had 10 for sharpshooter, 1d6 for sneak attack, 1d4 for favored foe, 1d6 for gathering swarm. Your normal damage.
Yep.
Oh my god. Yikes. All right. Unfortunately, Professor Plum was not able to bring down the Glabrazoo.
Sorry, guys.
So, the Glabrazoo is going to...
Shadow, at no point you pushed it back last round, right?
I did not declare I was pushing it back.
Okay. Just seeing if I can get a booming blade.
It would have done forced movement for the two of
Yeah,
you
force
anyway.
movement does not do, yeah.
Oh, tough.
Okay, I'm just going to look at the spells again really quick. Okay, really quickly. Mrs. Peacock, you have Fairy Fire going and nothing else?
Yes.
Professor Plum, you just have this favored foe and nothing else?
Yep.
And Wadsworth and Colonel Mustard, neither of you have magical effects going on, do you?
Not anymore.
I have magical dark vision effect, but I don't know how he would be aware of that.
Yeah,
It is a meta dungeon, but I do have that effect going.
it is a meta dungeon.
Oh, no.
That's okay. I'm not keen on removing your dark vision. That's fine. It will multi-attack. It's going to attack each of you with its pincer first, starting with Wadsworth. A 20.
Will hit.
Okay. Go ahead and suffer 25 bludgeoning damage. Minus 3 is 22.
That brings me to 0.
Colonel Mustard, suffer a lot of damage.
Yep.
Suffer 17 bludgeoning
Oh,
damage.
Just
jeez.
enough.
Brings me right to 0.
Between each of its pincers simultaneously, it's going to slam you two against each other and dig into you with its pincers, knocking you both out. Is Booming Blade concentration?
Oh, I'm going to have to click that wall attack, so I'm sorry. Where's Booming Blade?
It is not. Ooh. Could go very poorly. The Glabrezu is going to drop both of you to the ground and begin stepping over your corpses. Well, not corpses, your bodies. Go ahead. Yep, roll me 2d8 thunder damage as it ignores your effect. No!
Oh my god!
Let's go!
How much health did it have, Nick?
You can take both my mage armors.
It
You can
needed to
my
take
hit
another
points.
14 damage, exactly what the first arrow
Oh my
was
God.
from Professor Plum. No! The Glabrezu, like crushing you both, smirking, steps forward, thinking that the magical effect has ended, and it has not. Just this boom rings out, and it just like its eyes roll to the back of its head, and it collapses on the two of you, suffering the rest of its health.
Wow.
Oh, life could be a dream.
Shaboom, shaboom.
And the room goes quiet for a moment. And we will see what happens and hopefully recover our fallen comrades on the other side of our first break. We will be right back.